123,000 death certificates issued in last 71 days in Indian state of Gujarat. Government registered only 4,218 COVID deaths.
Here's a summary of the article.
Gujarati daily Divya Bhaskar published a critical story on its front page today on the ground reality of COVID deaths in the state. The report was headlined, 1.23 lakh death certificates issued in 71 days, though the government only registered 4,218 COVID-related deaths. The 1.23 lakh death certificates were issued between March 1 to May 10 this year, in contrast to 58,000 issued last year during the same time period. Journalist Deepak Patel translated the news report from Gujarati to English in a Twitter thread. Though the figures had doubled from last year, Patel wrote, the state government data noted only 4,218 COVID deaths between March 1 and May 10. In Ahmedabad city, 7,786 death certificates were issued during the 71-day period in 2020. This year, the city issued 13,593 death certificates in the same period, while Ahmedabad's official COVID death toll is just 2,126. In Amreli district, while government data said that only 36 people died of COVID in the 71-day time period this year, 5,449 death certificates were issued, as compared to 1,712 last year.
This post received a score of 40,000, with an upvote ratio of 93%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
58,000 death certificates were issued last year in the same time period, according to the article. So 65,000 more deaths.
Excess mortality will always show the true impact of something like this. Unless you're hiding deaths completely and pretending they're still alive, you can't hide excess mortality.
Not exactly, but probably 1 million times more precisely than determining COVID versus other death.
Barring some parallel disaster or mitigating factors, which we can try to account for, it will show us a fair estimate of the true impact, both direct and indirect.
This is just the tip of the iceberg. In India, only 76.6% of deaths are registered. And of these registered deaths, less than 1 in 5 are medically certified for the cause of death. Some states are worse than others.
Almost every Indian passport I've seen, which is a lot due to my type of work, has the birthday of the PPT holder of January 1. If they don't have accurate birth records, they most certainly don't have accurate death records nor COVID records.
Same stuff with my parents when they moved from India like 25-ish years ago. We have 2 birthdays for them. Their passport birthday and their real birthday, even that is just based on guesswork and reasoning.
Hey, on a bit of tangent, but I was reading earlier about why people's ages were often wrong in censuses in the 19th century. A lot of people didn't know exactly when they were born, didn't know the date and sometimes even the year, and they usually didn't have any official document to tell them. Your actual age was probably not considered to be particularly important.
It was very common for a neighbor to give info for multiple families if he was the only one around when the census man came. This is also why you can find a lot of individuals on the census after they actually died. Say the census taker fills out the info himself but doesn't know the family well enough to know grandma died last year. Edit. Another funny thing with this is a snarky thing people used to do is give their neighbor's profession as homewrecker, gambler, cheat, haha.
Perhaps this is why my great-grandparent's surname is spelled no fewer than 4 different ways across censuses. Woman facepalming light skin tone sure makes it harder to get family records.
My coworker went to India to take care of his mum in December and has worked remotely during the time. He was supposed to come back several times, but issues with COVID testing have prevented this a few times now. We haven't heard from him at all in almost a month, which is very unlike him, and we're fearing the worst. He's not answering his work or personal phones. Our team has been covering for him so upper management doesn't catch wind that he's been out without notice, but we don't know what to do at this point to help.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.